In this video, we are going to look at OneDrive, which is cloud file storage. And what that means is that the files are not stored necessarily on your hard drive. They are stored on Microsoft servers, which allows you to get to them from any device as long as you sign into your Office 365 account. So you could get to your documents from a cell phone, you could get to it from a home computer, you could get to it from a computer in the library. It allows you to get to it from any computer as long as you're signed into your Office 365 account. One thing to note is that starting in the fall of 2019, any computers that were re-imaged or handed out new are going to automatically sync that user's desktop documents and pictures folder to the OneDrive account. Within OneDrive, everybody has at least a terabyte of space. So it's highly unlikely that you are going to have more file storage on your district computer than you would have in OneDrive. But most district computers are going to have about 200 gigabytes of space. So you may run out of space if you're syncing everything from OneDrive down to your computer. You could run out of space that way. Now, to get to OneDrive within Office 365, you're going to sign into Office 365, and then you're either going to go to the tile up here and click on the cloud for OneDrive, or you can simply go down this left-hand bar and go to the cloud icon to access OneDrive that way. This will take us to the landing page for OneDrive. And at first, we are going to see the My Files or the Files tab. And these are going to be your personal files. So these are ones that you have created. If I go down a spot on this left-hand side, we end up with Recent. And these are going to be files that you have recently worked on. Below that, we have Shared. If somebody has shared a file with you, it'll show up on this list. And it'll say Shared by. Whoever it's shared by is going to be an original owner. If they delete that item, then it's going to disappear from this list. Below Shared, we have Discover. And these are going to be files that have been shared with you, but maybe through a group instead of a direct email. So if you've been working in Microsoft Teams, these could be files that have been posted there or even on a SharePoint site. And then below Discover, we have the Recycle bin. So if you delete one of your personal files, you can find it here in the recycle bin to recover it. Now, if it's been deleted for more than 30 days, I believe it's completely gone. So you will want to look back here quickly if you accidentally delete something. So heading back to the My Files tab, this is kind of our main landing page again for OneDrive. In the center, we see all of our files. And then across the top, we have a few navigation options. We can do New, and we can add in a folder, or we can add in any of these other items. Now, I highly suggest that you add folders to organize your computer and your OneDrive. If you are syncing your documents folder to OneDrive, it's going to automatically pick up that organization system. What I have used in the past is I have had folders for my class names, and then for each unit I did within that class, there was another folder. So let's say I was teaching personal finance, I'd have a folder named personal finance, and then within that folder, I'd have a folder that was called Unit 1. Any documents, videos, anything like that would be stored within that folder. And that's how I kept myself organized. What you don't want to do is end up with just one folder that has everything in there that you have to look through all the time to find files. Next to New, you have the option to upload items. So you can upload files or folders that are on the current device you're using. So if you are on your home computer and you've made items, you could go ahead and upload them to your OneDrive to access them later on from your school computer. You also have the option to sync items from OneDrive down to another device. So for most people, their OneDrive is already going to be syncing with their school computer, but maybe they want it to sync to their home computer, and you could use this option. Next to that, you have Automate. And this is going to allow you to do some different automation tasks. Maybe if somebody adds something to a folder, you get an email letting you know that a file has been added. That type of process. Now let's look at working with an individual file from within OneDrive. So I'm going to go ahead and click into this file folder structure. And here is a file. You can see that it's being shared right now by looking at the sharing column. You can see the size, who it was last modified by, and the last date it was modified on. I can either click on this little dot and get more options up here. So I could open the file, I could get a sharing link, or I can click and share it with specific people and give them editing rights. I can also download a copy of this. So if I want to make edits but not change this file, I could download my own copy. I could delete it. I could rename it. I can do some automation tasks. I could move it to a different folder, or I can make a separate copy of it and move it to another folder. Realize that if you make a copy of it in another folder, if you update this version, it's not going to update in that other version as well, because it's technically a separate copy of the document. I can also get to most of these options that are listed up here by clicking on the three dots here as well. And so you can see I can do open, preview, share, copy a link. I can manage access. So if I've already shared it, but I want to take sharing rights away, I can go to manage access and take that sharing right away. I also have the option to download, delete, move to, copy to, rename. I can see version history. So when has it been changed? And then I can see the file details as well. So who has it been shared with, kind of a preview of what it looks like, all that information there. So this is just kind of a quick overview of OneDrive. Think of it as similar to your file storage that you would have on your computer, but since it is cloud-based, you can access it from anywhere. And anytime you save files within OneDrive, you can share them out with anybody. So that's kind of the nice feature. And if they are PowerPoint, Word documents, Excel documents, you can share them out and have other people collaborate with you on those documents.